I'm going to wire this up now. We've got a condense pump. So the condense pump will always have permanent live, neutral and earth to power the pump. And then it'll have this second cable with two in it. Now, on this Valent, we've got a burner off plug there, which is linked through. We can connect this, take that link out and connect this into there like that, 1, 2. And then if this pump ever gets full or breaks and the level of condense in it overflows, it breaks the circuit, and when that breaks it stops the boiler from firing basically. What's up guys, thanks for tuning in to my latest video, the life of a jobbing plumber. Now this video was all ready to go out on Sunday, but on Sunday I had to do my first really long run, which was a 16-mile run. I've never run that far before, so when I finished it I was dead. Like, I had a Sunday dinner and I just wanted to sleep, so I was in no fit state to get a YouTube video out. So it's going out tonight. I'm going to talk to you a bit more about my marathon training at the end of the video, so if you are interested in that, that's at the end. But it's a job I did with Marcus, Zach and a lad called Mark, who's ex-army, so he was there for some work experience. It's a system conversion. We did it on the hottest day of the year, so I hope you enjoy it. As always, the video is sponsored by Power Toolmate and Velocity Pro Gear. There's now a B Plumber tool section with offers and things on the Power Toolmate website. I will put the link to that in the description of the video, but also show you that. Got a little video of that to show you. And then this week I showcased on my Instagram a new app called Armed in the fight against van and tool theft. Basically, it's an inventory. You load up pictures, receipts of your tools, anything you want to put on there. And then if the worst happens and your van gets broken into, rather than have to mess about with finding receipts, talking to insurance companies, going back and forth, you literally click send on your app. It sends all of your inventory to your insurance company, and then they can deal with it and help you to get back to work ASAP. So there's a video of that for you to check out. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, hope you're having a great week so far. Hottest day of the year, Monday. What are we on? 11th of July. There's my chair in the sun. So, one van, Squires, 2 vans, Marcus, 3 vans, there's me. We've also got Mark here, ex-army, size of this guy. 4 of us in this tiny house, but we're going to smash it out. So we've got a system conversion, Valent going in. The just see the flue there from the old floor standing boiler. All new rads. So Marcus is just draining them down. Marcus and Mark are doing the rads. Just capping the gas off. So floor standing boiler's coming out. Pipe work goes up into the landing and across. So Zach's getting rid of that. They've put me on the hottest day of the year in the airing cupboard, so I'm going to be getting rid of the cylinder. I'm just draining that down at the minute. And while that's draining down, I'm going to go up in the roof space and get rid of the tanks before it gets too hot. These 2 boys have got the easy job.
It's because I'm old. You'd hate for me to have the hardest job, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, it's your job, so you can do what you want. So I'm going to go up here now because it's going to get red hot. Yeah, so it's a dead mouse, but a bit of insulation. Yeah, before it gets too hot in here, because obviously you know how hot roof space gets, just going to rip all these out. It's a nice easy job. You can see clearly they just come straight out of the airing cupboard below. There is an electric shower in here, which is over there, but you can see that's the cold rising main to the header tank for the heating system, and for the hot water cylinder goes straight down there, so it doesn't go over to that electric shower from up here, so I can just get rid of everything. Obviously got the vent pipes for both of those. It's the cold feed into the cylinder, and then probably on the back side of that, cold feed to the heating system. That can all go, overflows can go. So quickly get this ripped out before it gets too hot. So I've just cut those, cut the cold in, cold out, and then I've just turned it up because there's a bit of water in there sloshing about. Don't want it dripping out of there. If that was looking down, it would be pissing out. So probably put a 22mm speed fit stop end on that, just so we can get this out. If it will go down that hatch. So just strip the header tank out. I've literally just poured all that into there because we're gonna have to siphon the water out of that one before we can get it down. So this one can go down now. And some of this, that's the lid. A few bits of copper. It's not actually too bad up here yet, temperature wise. There's a vent pipe. And then the rest of these, I can just cut them below, in the room below, and they'll just drop out. Newark Plumbing and Heating Supplies. Just arrived with the new rads. A couple of the old ones off already. Proper delivery company. Normally when I work with you, the stuff we need don't come till the afternoon.
Aye.
First drop.
Feel good? You've got a rear wheel bearing on.
Hey, you've got a rear wheel bearing on. I've got a bearing coming in tomorrow, well today, going in this afternoon.
Marcus loves telling people when they've got something wrong with the van, especially me. One thing about plumbing, it never gets dull. Like I've been doing this job since I was 17. What am I now? 40. So 23 years. This is the first time I've ever seen clips like this. That looks like a sort of one you just push on like a tap on clip, and then you screw it through the side, and then this is a wraparound one. Again, screw through the side. First time I've ever seen them. So you keep your spare screwdrivers in there. You ever seen clips like that?
No, there's some down here.
You seen them before?
Yeah.
No, I've not either. Neither's Marcus.
There's a couple of, there's a couple on the pipes down there.
Okay, so I'm cut off above ceiling heights. They can all come out. Obviously, that's my hot vent pipe, so that's redundant now because I'm putting a combi in. Rising cold, because it doesn't go over to the cold shower, electric shower, which is over there. That can all come out to below floor level. Obviously, that's redundant because this is going. That's the cold feed to the heating system, and the vent from the heating system. That's all going to be gone because they go down to the old floor standing boiler. Probably come along here, down and then into the kitchen there. So that's all redundant now, and then I'll find the hot and cold under the floor here, reroute them to come up for the combi that's going on the wall there, and then I'll bring the flow and return down into the floor here, and then somewhere we'll find the heating. I imagine that radiator, the flow and return, come along here, onto the landing, pick up the bathroom rad, pick up the bedroom rads. So we'll find them under the floor here, and then we've also got a new, brand new gas main coming, which will come along the landing, into the cupboard and up to the boiler. Right, a little update. So I've got the cylinder out, took the floor up, plenty of play on the hot and cold there. Obviously they've got to be cut and then extended up to the new boiler. These are going. Zach's on the landing. He's found all the pipe work. So we've got heat in here, flow and return, 22s there from the boiler. These two are the hot water, so they're going. Seen any hot and cold this way yet?
No, there's no hot and cold. There's some underneath, but...
Right. And Mark's hanging radiators. Living his best life.
And I'm just floating around doing nothing.
Make us a cup of tea, mate. Right, change of plan. So we're going to leave the 28s in, and then I'm going to get onto them there, flow and return from a boiler. I'm just going to put elbows on there and then tee them in well, not tee them in, elbows on there, and basically loop them together. The 4 pipes going that way will be gone, and then we'll use the notches to bring the new gas, and then just put some new notches in just for a single gas pipe all the way along. So these I'm going to reuse now as my flow and return for the heating, hot and cold, so I can crack on with that, and then yeah, get a new gas main through. So going to have a look at the Armed app, which is basically like an inventory for your tools, your insurance and your van security. You put it all into the app, and then if the worst happens and your van gets broken into, rather than have to mess about, you just click send and you send it all off to the insurance company. Similar to when you do a tax return, you send your account package to your account and let them deal with it. Similar idea. It's a company that's trying to help us in the fight against van and tool theft. I think it's a great idea. We had them on the podcast, on the Trade Legends podcast. Really nice guy, and it seems like a great idea. So it's all in one place, all in the app. You don't have to have your insurance through them. So if you've already got tool insurance, van insurance, you just load that into your app. Anything you've bought over the years, if you've not got a receipt, you can take a selfie with it. But I'm going to show you how it works in this short video now. Right guys, so you download the app and you sign up. Now, I know most tradesmen will clean their van out on a Sunday, and that's a perfect opportunity for you to get all your tools in order, go through one by one and then add them to your inventory. So if you look on the app, we've got a dashboard here, your tools, your insurance, van security, so any extras you've added to your van like deadlocks, van bolts, stuff like that, you can add it all there. It's like a one-stop package for your van, tools and insurance. So your tool inventory, you can see I've got 14 tools loaded here. It tells me how much I purchased them for and what the current market value is. So go through one by one, start off say with the press tool, and like anything in life, you put out what you put in, you get out what you put in. Start with this press tool. So like it with anything in life, you get out what you put in. So you give as much detail as possible. So we go on here, add a tool, and then it will ask for the product name, make, model, date of purchase, place of purchase, serial number, price paid and description. You can put as much detail in as you want. Now, I know, and they know as well, that you can't have receipts for everything, because some tools you're going to have had for years, you're going to have lost the receipt. If you've not got a receipt, and bear in mind you can't do this for everything, you've got to have receipts for some stuff, but if you've got a bit of kit that you want to insure, you've not got a receipt for it, take a selfie with it, add it on, put as much detail as possible until you've got an inventory of all your tools. Now, you know, if you've been broken into before, it's the most stressful time of your life. You're going to be concerned with talking to the police, talking to your insurance company, and your main priority is going to be get back to work. Now, trying to prove to your insurance company what's been stolen, finding receipts at the time that it happened is going to stress you out. It's going to take time. The longer it takes, the longer it's going to take you to get back to work. With this, everything you've loaded up in your spare time at your own leisure, when you're not under a stressful situation, you send it off to your insurance company and they deal with it. So you're doing it all before the worst happens, and that enables you to get paid out quicker and to get back to work quicker. The other thing it's got, and I've not done it yet because I've not been broken into yet, touch wood, while I've had the app, is there's a tool shop. So once you claim, you can go on the tool shop and just get batteries, chargers, cordless tools, replace whatever you've had stolen direct from the app, get sent out to you to get you back to work really quick. Like I said before, you can add if you extra security on your insurance. Now the beauty of this is you don't have to have insurance through Armed. You can get insurance through them, you can get a insurance quote from them, but if you've already got tool insurance like I've got with Rhino, you can just add that to your Armed sort of app, and it links up, and then when you do need to make a claim, it sends it off to Rhino, or it sends it off to, I don't know, the NFU or AXA or wherever you're insured with. So it's not like you've got to be insured with them. You can use it as a tool to use with your current insurance package, basically. So do yourself a favour, download the app, sign up. There is another thing, you get referrals and you get like a balance to use on tools. So if you sign up to it and you get your mates to sign up to it, give them your unique code. You get a £5 for every sign up, I think, and then you can use that to buy tools. Also, there's like van stickers. If you put that van sticker on your social media, they'll reward you with credit for the tool shop, stuff like that. Obviously, check it out for yourself, download the app and sign up. And hopefully, if the worst does happen and your van gets broken into, it's going to take the hassle out of claiming for tool insurance and get you back to work quicker. That's the idea behind it. So armed.uk, I'll leave a link to that in the description of the video, but I think it's a great idea in the battle against van and tool theft. So just rolled the carpet back. This board here, I'm going to take that up all the way and then bring the gas main through. Get those two soldered together, because then the landing can all go back down and everything we need will be in that area there, and then can just work in that cupboard with the carpets all back down and minimal disruption. So quick update, got the gas in, boards back down, that's our gas there, and then goes all the way outside to the meter. And then, yeah, like I said here, it's actually just cut them, soldered them. So the heating now, flow return comes from the boiler and then picks up the 22mm primaries for the central heating system. And then I'm just cracking on with piping up. Everything's in the cupboard now because I've done all of this under the floor so we can get the carpet back down. Okay, so I've just put the floor back down in here. Everything's done, cross-coupled under the floor. Floor's back down, and I've got all my pipes in correct pipe distance apart according to the measurements on there. So basically I put the gas in first, and then 60mm either side of the gas is the cold in, hot out, and then 100mm or 40mm between that one and that one. So I've not actually had this on the wall, just used the measurements, and then got the bracket on. So what I'm going to do now, I've left these long, they were just like whatever length of copper I had. Work out where the boiler's going to finish and just cut these a bit lower. We've obviously got mag filter, air separator, nothing on the hot, nothing on the gas, but we've also got to put a T on the cold for the mains flush, because we're going to use the thorough flush on the filters on day 3. Okay, so I've just cut all those level, which means the boiler will now just hang just above those. So water's now back on, gonna hang the boiler now, and then we'll look at getting the flue up and into the roof space. Just quickly, I've just capped the gas off because Zach's done now downstairs, meter's all connected, so he's just gonna do a tightness test. A bit out of breath because it's 30 odd degrees and I just lifted that on my own. That's on the wall now, and hopefully, yeah, they're just short enough. Obviously, got still, like I said before, got the filters and stuff to go on. But once the factory fitted bends are on there, probably should come down to about sort of this height here. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Ready?
Hang on, you're sort of on the wonk there. There you go.
You gotta go. Hang on. For some reason.
Right, hang on, stay there.
Well, the cover.
Right, just you're on the wonk a bit. It wants to be about there, yeah.
Yeah, you fit that.
And yeah, go on.
Yeah, that went better, didn't it?
You'll do. Beautiful. So, been and fetched the right lead slate. So now Marcus is in the roof, and I'm going to go on the roof. I'll get this fitted.
Trying to get it bang on.
He's got his digital level on there. What are you on point? What?
I've got 45.0 0.1 degrees.
I'll let you off.
I know, but at 0.1 might fail us.
Who's going to fail that?
This is Insta, don't forget.
God, you're lucky if it's fucking not falling, flapping around in the roof normally. And you stick that up in the roof space and look at the flow. Let me pass you this camera. Show the YouTube guys the level. Tell them about it. It's recorded already.
So, this level is a digital level. When it gets to either 90 or 45 degrees bang on, it will bleep. It will slightly out, but yeah, it's by IMAX, it's digital. It's also really good if you're under baths because you can put it on. There you go, it's bleeping now, look. And that's it.
Use the arrows as well. Tell them about the arrows when you.
Yeah, so.
1 mil out or.
Yeah, so these, well, with these arrows here, obviously tells you which way you need to go up or down. Let's put it on something level here. So now it's saying that this end needs to go down, that one up, if that sort of makes sense to you. There you go.
Marcus stuck his screwdriver up there, made this tile move, so I took that tile out. It's pretty much bang on for the centre, which is good for that. So where it's come for the tile, we just need to cut about 3-inch square out of tile. So Marcus is just doing that with his grinder. So I've roughly lined that up, and Marcus is cutting now. That's reflector for it. Marcus taking out down a bit of tile to spare. He's learning all about fitting borders and flues today. Bless him. Seems keen. Got a bit of sunburn on your neck there, mate. Don't scratch your bum. You're on YouTube. He's scared of heights. Big ex-army guy scared of heights. Jumps out of planes. What else you done? Bungee jumping. Bullets flying past your head. Too scared to go on a roof. He's going to deck me when I come down.
Pretzel, you like the Zohan.
Train killer.
Artillery, mate, too far back for that.
Be careful how you hold that, mate. You might think that's a fucking rocket launcher and he'll take a shot at you. This flue shoe thing. The guy, real nice guy, was ex-plumber, invented it. Must be like 7 years ago now, and he gave me one of the first ones to try out. And to be fair, trying to support him, I tried it out. I put a little review on one of my first ever YouTube videos I did actually. But I don't use mine anymore, but Marcus still uses this, which is good. So the idea is you've got like a steady base to put your flue on so you don't damage more the flue. While you're cutting it, you can turn it while you're cutting it, and it's got like a spacer which is just put on that holds the internal flue sort of straight in the right place, so when you cut that it's a better cut. And it's also got, if you flip that what he's put in there, the what you call it, the spacer, if you flip it the other way, it gives you like a 15mm space. So if you've got a flue where you need to cut the internal flue longer than the external, it sort of makes it so you can't go wrong. Yeah, I don't use one anymore. You can still buy them, flue shoe. But yeah, if you do want one, the guy that makes them is such a nice bloke. And obviously if you do invent something, if you're on the tools now and you think, well, you find a problem, you want to make a solution for it, you invent something, the amount of money you've got to put in, you've got to make a prototype, you've got to make a second prototype, you've got to have tooling, moulds, all kinds of things. I bet you put 50, 60 grand into making that to market. And then obviously you've got to sell enough to make your money back, so yeah, flue shoe. Okay, that's the flue done. Always love being the one on the roof because you do get a good view of where you're working. So I'm going to fit the air separator RV2 and the dirt separator MV3. Now what I like to do is try and line them up so when you're looking at them like that, can't do it with one hand guys, you look at them head on, the top of that is level with the top of that, and I think that's the way it looks the best, because they are a different shape. So don't really matter, but it always looks better if they're kind of like the same. So I'm going to try and get them so they're all in line. The top of the nut, and then the top of the air RV2. Okay, so that's my filter, air separator in, connection onto the boiler all pressed. Marcus is just doing the condense pump now, taking the PRV into that. Then I'm going to wire it up. Yeah, it's going well. Right, so I'm going to wire this up now. We've got a condense pump. So the condense pump will always have permanent live, neutral and earth to power the pump. Right guys, just a little advert for Traderfy. Now obviously I do my YouTube videos in my spare time, and it's great for me to have a channel sponsor because it helps contribute towards the time I spend in the videos, but I wouldn't show you something that I didn't use myself. So be rest assured that I think Traderfy is good and I do use it in my day-to-day jobs. Having said that, I'm just going to show you this quickly because I'm a gas engineer. I only do gas, but on Traderfy, with the forms, like when I'm going to do a gas certificate, I'll click create form, and then it's all listed here what you can do. So just thought I'd show you all the extra stuff that you can do other than gas certificates, because you might be an electrician or you might be doing oil. So you've got boiler service here, oil stuff, servicing, installation, oil install, safety check, warning notices, commissioning certificates, commercial catering inspection records, gas testing and purging, even got unvented hot water service inspection record, and then stuff for electricians. So there's all the stuff. I mean, I don't know what any of this is concerning, but if you're an electrician, all your forms are on there as well. Then you've got your general gas stuff, gas warning notice, landlord, gas safety record, even had some minor electrical installation certificates. So it's all on there, no matter what trade you're in. There should be a form on there for you. And the beauty of Traderfy is if you use these forms, and their tech team will talk you through how to get the most out of Traderfy. But if you feel there's something missing, or you don't like how something is, or you want to see something else on there, you can recommend it to their tech team. They'll look into it, and a lot of the time they'll implement it. So yeah, if you've not tried it before, check out Traderfy. You can have a 14-day free trial, so they don't take any money off you. Use it for 2 weeks, see how you get on with it. As I said, talk to their tech team. They'll talk through all the features of it because it does loads of stuff. And if you want to sign up to it, use B Plumber, you'll get 50% off. Oh, and I need to mention this book for you. If you're into going on adventures, please check out this book, Atlas Obscura. It basically tells you about hidden gems around the world that not many people know about. So then you can plan a holiday and you can go and look at some really cool stuff. I won't obviously go through it, but it's a really good book. And then it'll have this second cable with 2 in it. Now, on this Valent, we've got a burner off plug there, which is linked through. We can connect this, take that link out and connect this into there like that, 1, 2. And then if this pump ever gets full or breaks and the level of condense in it overflows, it breaks the circuit. And when that breaks, it stops the boiler from firing basically. Now, most boilers haven't got that plug on, so what you do is when you've got your live feed, or your switch live, if it's not a combi, your live feed goes in with this one, and then it goes down to your condense pump, and if everything's good, the live comes back up and goes into your boiler. If it breaks, then it basically cuts the live from the boiler and the boiler stops firing. But we're going to wire this into here. Now the problem we've got is this cable ain't long enough, and this one is even shorter, so it don't actually reach as far as we want it to go. So I've got to mess about with that now. Right, so what I've decided is, because neither of these are long enough, I've just put some trunking on the wall there, so brought them this way, and then obviously this one's got to connect into here, and then this one's got to get to the boiler, so I'm just going to join it in here with some 5-core, and then take one piece of 5-core up into the boiler. Okay, so what I decided to do, because we were going to take some trunking across up and across to get to the boiler, but I decided I was going to run my 5 core, which is this here. That now goes down into the floor, comes up there, and then goes all the way up into the boiler through that trunk in there, which looks a lot neater. So all I need to do is join these together in here, obviously live, neutral and earth, and then the 2 switching wires on my 5 core, which are going to go up to the board, like I said to you before, into that blue plug. Just there, and then the live, neutral and earth will go into that plug there. So apparently the chap who lives here, his son's an electrician, so I've just terminated all my cables with the bootlace ferrules just to make a nicer job, so when he looks at it, if he does look at it, it looks like we're doing a good job. So yeah, that's all going to connect in now, and then that can go back on, and then I'll just sort this out in the boiler. Marcus is just filling the rads up, and then we can test it all. Okay, wiring done. Just put the board in purge mode. Marcus has put the programmer in. So currently 26 degrees in here at the minute. So let that purge take, what, 10 minutes? How's that? Talk us through what you're doing for YouTube.
What, flushing?
Yeah. Explain it like you're explaining it to someone who knows what
Explain it over, explain it to Mark.
What are you doing with that lagging?
Well, exactly, you put me off when you walked in.
It's like a mouse has chewed it.
Right, so we're using a thorough flush. So we've got the flow and return connected on. So these are just going straight down to the flow and returns to the system. That's cold mains coming in. So that's going from the cold mains straight into the thorough flush in here on the inlet, and then the diverter is sending it up through one of these, which is going to the system through all the radiators. Well, just doing one radiator at the minute because all the others are turned off, and then back through this one straight out to the drain, and that's just draining off. And then once that runs clear, we'll reverse it, and it'll be nice and clean.
Cool. So at the minute, I'm guessing you got the boiler isolated flow and return.
Yeah.
So we're just flushing the system. He's took the Spirotechs off, and then we've got these Spirotech flushing adapters, which you can buy probably off the Spirotech website, or I think Wiesmann Direct sell them. But basically, it screws in where your filter would, and then you have 2 ports. You can either flush. If you've only got one on, you can flush from both of these ports. But if you're doing 2, you can do it like that. So yeah, 1 rad at a time, so it's nice and clean. Marcus is just doing the bricks. We're going to have a look at that now. Morning, mate.
How are we doing?
So that was where the old balance flue came out. So Marcus is just bricking it up. Did the customer give you those bricks?
Yeah, luckily the customer had some matching bricks. So I'm just going to dampen it down a bit, because I think today it's going to set quicker than I can get it. But
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hot one again today.
Yeah.
And the sun's out. It was alright yesterday. It was hot, but the sun wasn't out, and it rained a little bit. And the stop tap apparently has been dripping, so while we're here, I'm just going to repair that. Just a little bit. Just going to undo this gland nut now. If you can see that, but I won't wound the gland nut out. And I've wound a little bit of PTFE in there, and now I'm going to tighten them back in. It's so awkward to get to this, but because they're using that thorough flush upstairs, I've done this live with the water still on. You can hear the water still going. Just tighten that back up. Hopefully not too tight that you can't turn the stop tap. And just dry it, and then I'll keep an eye on that for the next couple of minutes. Hopefully that's cured it.
So I'm just going to isolate this radiator off now, move to the final one downstairs in the kitchen.
So at the minute that's the only one that's open, everything else is shut.
Yep, that's the only one that's open. or was open. Just shut that one off now. And then opening up this valve now, as you can hear, start going around the radiator, work its way up through the thorough flush, and then Zach will reverse it and clean all the pipework out, so we've had all new radiators in this house.
Cool. You don't get sunburn there, mate.
I know.
He's tying these bricks in lovely. Do you like this part of the job, or do you think it's fiddly and...
Fiddly, and I don't like it, but part of the job, innit? Gotta do it, you gotta do it. It's going off already.
So I went to PHC Parts last week, and they sell heavy handsome work gear, and they gave me a pair of shorts to try, which are these ones. I quite like them. Stretchy in the gooch, well, stretchy all over really, but what I didn't like was they're a bit too long, like they go past my knee. So all I've done is rolled it up, and I think if they were like that, a bit shorter, it's a better looking short. So try on this side. They wanted some feedback on them, so I'd probably tell them just to make them a bit shorter. But other than the length, stretchy, decent pockets on the side. You obviously got your knife pocket there. I was going to say I'd try and fit my phone in there, but Marcus is holding it. So there's a little zip there. I don't know if that's useful. It's quite shallow. These aren't removable. What's on the back? Anything decent on the back?
Your bum? Yeah, just a Velcro pocket there and an open pocket.
Pocket and a big belt loop.
Yeah, job done.
They feel good. Look alright. Not bad. Alright, just doing the last rad now. It's been pretty clear on it, to be fair. It's all new rads though, so Zach's done the lag in. So gonna get this finished, take this off, and then we just gotta teach Mark how to commission a boiler. Just put the inhibitor in. These ones are pressure loaded, so you just squeeze that and it shoots into the system. And on the Spirotech, you can do it from the drain point there. So we've just finished the flush. So let's dose now.
Huh? Want it leaking? Marcus proper tightening up here. I think it was weeping a bit.
Because that. Sorted. Bloody hell, mate, that is awesome. I can't even tell you've done it.
Pete, it's over here, mate.
Oh, fucking hell, oh shit. So just doing finishing touches now. That's the old balance fluid bricked up. What else have we got? What are they doing here? They're having a bit of new kitchen put in.
Yeah, they're having new kitchen worktops and yeah. So,
oh, there was a freestanding cooker here, wasn't there?
yeah, freestanding cooker was here, the old boiler was here.
So they just put another unit, I guess,
Yeah.
at the end. Right, so that's it done. Flushed, lagged. Just needs commissioning. Have you commissioned a boiler before?
No.
No. So Marcus, who's commissioned what, $1 million?
At least.
Is going to teach Mark now how to commission a boiler. Obviously not going to show you it. Well, we might show you little bits of it, but right, over to you.
Over to you.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll do
Taller
this
than
bit
you
for
are in
you.
your videos.
You are?
You look taller than you are in your videos.
I'm about 6'2".
both buttons to wake it up. And let go. Both buttons again. Then plus key down to installer level.
What's the secret number?
Screenshot it, that, yeah.
So what you're doing, high and low,
High and low.
High and low.
gas rating it.
Yeah, it's extra gas rated. 34.03. Is that net or gross?
Huh?
Net or gross?
No.
Beautiful. Not bad for a 32 kilowatt boiler then, is it? God, we did do a good job.
Well, there's fucking 4 of us here on a one boiler.
So, parts configuration. Tint is eating part load, right? So we've turned this down to 14 kilowatts for the size of the building.
Yeah.
As per part L now, you must set the kilowatt output to the output of the building.
What is this, a 32
So this is a 32.
kilowatts? So it's capable of doing 32 kilowatts, but because we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 radiators?
6 radiators.
6?
And a towel rail.
In a tower rail.
Yeah.
You can adjust the load down. Which you can't do on a Baxi, can you?
No, or an ideal.
So how are they going to get out around this part L?
Not a clue.
Answers on postcard, if you know.
So, as per part L as well, maximum flow temperature of 55 degrees. There we go.
So that the boiler will hopefully condense as often as possible.
Premium.
Is there like, this is just me being crazy, is there a coincidence that it's also the most economic to drive your vehicle at 55 miles per hour?
Possibly.
Did you know that?
I knew you. I thought it was 56, but yeah.
56.
55, yeah.
Is it the magic number?
I wonder if combustion engines combust best at 56 mile an hour.
What was the speed on Back to the Future? That was 88 miles an hour, wasn't
It
it?
was 82 miles an hour.
But what was the speed that Sandra Bullock had to stay at in speed?
50.
Was it?
50. So,
It's a fucking conspiracy theory, isn't it, really?
yeah, you know, she had to keep that bus at 50 mile an hour, not go under, otherwise, boom.
We don't have to talk some shit, do we? Oh, what are you doing now?
I'm just going to run it for a bit,
Yeah.
and then we can go into the D codes to get the flow and return temperatures.
And what we're looking for? A difference of?
12, 20, 16, 94.
20 degree delta temperature.
Is that it?
Between flow and
Old school,
return.
isn't it?
12's it was 12 standard efficiency, or was it 10?
That was 12, want it on standard.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the customer's book, Pete.
Oh shit. Sorry.
On my phone.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Right, tell the people.
What about? Oh, don't forget, folks, as from next month, rented properties, any gas appliance has got to have a CO detector
In the same room.
In the same room, except a cooker.
As it should have been when they brought it out last time. How many years ago was that? 2017, was it?
Yeah. But it's been in Scotland for quite a while, hasn't it?
2017, it was only if they had a solid fuel capable burning appliance in the house did they need a CO alarm. But it should have been every house needs at least one CO alarm, and now it's every rental property CO alarm for every room with a gas appliance apart from the kitchen.
Or go to jail, Billy.
Or go to jail.
Sorry, just messaging the wife.
So all you've done been on your phone the whole job.
Well, I learned from you, Pete.
Let me just grab my bag.
What are you messing about at?
Oh, that's your bag.
Trying to steal his bag?
Yeah.
Right, just tell everyone watching, tell them your story.
So, left the army after doing 24 years. Just finished my career and wanted to really go into the trades, as I didn't really want to be sat behind a laptop doing managerial stuff anymore. And also I find it quite a rewarding job. And also you're learning every day, and every day's different. It's also working with nice people like PB and Marcus and Squires. So
Why did you choose plumbing there? Did you have experience with that before the army, or when you were in the army?
No, I looked at it for more longevity, because obviously I left the army after 24 years, and it can be quite an arduous life. So then I'm thinking, when I'm in my 50s and 60s, what can I still be doing when I'm older? Whereas you don't want to be laying driveways and plastering and that, not when you're 60 years old.
Yeah.
Whereas the technical aspect, hopefully by then I'll have the experience and do a lot more breakdowns and repairs.
So what was your route into the plumbing and heating industry then?
So I did a instant access course down at a company called Gas Tech in Milton Keynes. So where basically you do a 4-week training, it's sort of like 0 to hero. You then do a 2-week work placement to build up your portfolio, to make sure that you're ready and safe to then go on and do your ACS. And then you go and do your ACS.
And if you don't mind me asking, how much does something like that cost?
£5 grand.
5 grand.
5 grand.
So then now, so you've done that, you've passed your gas, so now you're just out gaining as much experience as you can.
Yeah, so Marcus, can't thank him enough really, because I must have sent messages out to about 35 plumbers. Only 10 of them got back to me, obviously yourself as well, Pete being one of them, and Zach. 10 promised me all these jobs and they could get me on help, because I was willing to work for free, just to get the experience, because also I was still being paid by the Queen. So there's weird rules that you're not allowed to earn money while you're doing that as well.
Yeah.
But then you guys were the only one who actually came through and said, yeah, we'll get you some work, and been helping me out. So.
And what's been the hardest part of it so far?
I think the hardest part is just getting the contacts and trying to get out there, because I sent so many CVs out there for companies.
Yeah.
I'd spoken to them, recruitment agencies, but everyone wants at least 3 to 5 years experience, and I haven't got 3 to 5 years experience. So I even tried negotiating salaries to see that I'd have a less salary, and then would renegotiate after a year once I got more experience.
Yeah.
And the only other route is to go and be an apprentice. But if you're joining the trade as a middle-aged bloke with financial responsibilities and a family to look after, you can't really do that. So now I've just looked at starting up my own company and going self-employed.
And that's your plan going forward, is it?
That is my plan going forward now for the future, so build and work on that.
And now you're building up your toolkit, you've spent a fortune on tools, haven't you?
And now I've just spent an absolute fortune on tools that I've got no clue how to use yet.
Awesome, mate. Well, it's good to work with you, and then I know we're probably working together next week as well, aren't we?
Yeah, Pete, yeah.
So I'll see you there. Nice one,
Cheers, mate. Thanks, mate.
As promised, a little look at the new PB Plumber section on Power Tool, mate. So it's going to be a place for special offers and anything and everything that they sell to do with plumbing. If you've shopped on Power Tool, mate, before, you know that they're the most competitive for prices on power tools. They do a massive range, especially Milwaukee gear. And then there's also going to be other stuff that I rate and use, like the Unilight stuff. And then most, if not all, of my kit bags will be on there. So if you want one of my bags, they'll be on there as well. And just generally, if any new offers come out on any plumbing gear, you'll find it there on Power Tool, mate. Links in the description. Right, so those of you that are here for the marathon talk, I'm on week 7 of my training. Last week I did 36 miles total, and I am really enjoying it. I'm really getting into it. I'm watching YouTube videos on how to run a marathon, how to, get better at running, stuff like that. The thing that I was most worried about was losing weight and losing my gains from the gym. Hopefully I look like I always look. I've not lost any weight. I've been eating so much more extra food to try and stop that. My weight is what it always is, so I'm really pleased with that. I did my 60-mile run on Sunday. Josh came, JD Plumbing. He's a plumbing apprentice. We do a lot of running together, and basically did 4 laps of Bradgate Park. So where I live, there's a place called Bradgate Park. It's really nice. 1 complete lap of the outside perimeter of it is 4 miles. So I just knew I had to do 4 laps. That seemed kinder in my head than just running for 16 miles when I didn't know where I was going to be going. So once the first lap went really slow, but once we'd done 2 laps, it was like, all I've got to do is 2 more. So it went really quick. And the thing about the end of it was, because I've never ran 16 miles before, after I'd done 16 miles, I felt like I could keep going, which I guess is the main thing. Obviously, it was difficult running that long without stopping, but I felt good afterwards. The only thing that happens to me is, and it's probably because of my job, my knees sort of seize up after I've finished, so I go really stiff. But 2 bags of frozen peas on each knee every 20 minutes for the rest of the Sunday night. I was walking fine on Monday, so touch wood, everything's going well. I'm feeling confident about actually being able to complete a marathon now, which I wasn't before. I'm running half marathons for fun. I used to be scared. I didn't think I'd ever do a half marathon, and now I just don't even think about them, just do them. So yeah, the training's going well. And what I've noticed, if you've ever watched one of my videos where I talk about my mental health, since I've started running and I've had a goal where I'm focused on these marathons that I've got to complete, I've not once gone to that dark place where I thought about, you know, that shit where I go, you know, where I've said before, I've fantasized about killing myself when I get low. I've not been there since I've been focused on the running. So if you do suffer with your mental health, I'm not saying run a marathon, but maybe get a goal, something you can aim for. Keeps your mind busy, keeps you focused on something. It seems to be working for me. I'm in a really good place at the minute, so I'll update you as I go along. But like I said, I'm on week 7 now. It's only going to get more. So I've got to do what have I got to do? Sort of, because I did 16 on Sunday, it goes back down a bit. So I've only got to do a 10-mile run this Sunday, but then it's 12, 14, 16, 18, right up to 20-mile run. And then once I've done that, it sort of tapers off for 2 weeks, and then I do the marathon. So I'm also doing the Big London Half Marathon. I'm doing the Great North Run, and I'm also throwing in a swim. I'm doing an outdoor swimming Rutland Water, a 2-kilometre swim, and I've got some other half marathons thrown in there. I think I'm doing the Robin Hood Half Marathon and some other bits. But yeah, well and truly got running fever at the minute. It's keeping my mind focused, making me feel good. So if you are struggling at the minute, maybe look at getting yourself a goal. And if you ever want to come out for a run with me, you're more than welcome.